back to Platinum Perry. He wins his fight against Mickey Gall. He has his girlfriend, Latore Gonzalez, in his corner. I have never been more excited for a round to end. And then they went to commercial on us at the end of the
I
first
know.
round. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But then
I
we got it
wanted it
between the second
bad.
and third. What did you make of that whole scene?
I was one of the people, right? So I was one of the people when he was like, I'm only bringing my girlfriend. I was one of the people. I was like, man, this is not going to be good. This is going to be good. But then
And he
he
won.
looked great.
Yeah.
He looked great. I texted Dana in the middle of the fight. I go, Mike Perry looks great. It's like he looked physically great. He looked too strong for Mickey Gall. His grappling. I mean, it's supposed to be striker versus grappler going into this fight, right? But Mike Perry's completely dominating every exchange, even on the ground. I mean, I thought he looked phenomenal. But I was one of those people that was like, man, this dude's going out there with his girlfriend. And again, I was one of those guys that it came up on very fast, right? This whole new girlfriend thing. It came up on very fast because, as you said, it was a big part of his story, him and his wife. You know, they were always together, and it was just different. But I'm happy the guy's happy. You know, some people need he needs that. He seems like a guy that needs to be happy.
It was so great. Like, I mean, he's such a character. I mean, you can't help but watch when he is fighting, right? It's the dancing on the way to the cage, it's dancing in the cage, it's the trash talk, it's his look, it's his girlfriend in the cage, and she's just like, you can tell she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's trying her best. She's trying to be more. You're doing great. You're doing great. And he's
You're doing great. Like,
yeah.
hey, listen. I can be in the ring. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Somebody that Bob says that I'm slapping him. I'm like, Bob, give me some direction here. But she just said, you're doing great. And Mike seemed to love it. But the craziest thing to me was Mike's like giving all the instructions. He's like, just put water on my neck right here. Give me a little drink. It's like Mike's cornered himself.
So
Mike
good.
actually cornered himself. It was amazing.
Now, is it possible that Mike Perry's a genius because he got two cornermen for this fight? He had Bisping and Dominic Cruz there talking to him throughout the entire fight. This was the one time to try this out, right? This is the one time that you go cornerless because you got the announcers there. I mean, Poirier was talking to Bisping in the middle of the fight as well. He was referencing things that he said. I actually think Perry's not getting enough credit for this. I also
think that Mike Perry understood that this was the fight to do that. There wasn't really much danger in him getting knocked out. In watching the grappling, right? He understood that Mickey Gall just wasn't experienced enough and he didn't provide enough threat, right? So Mike figured he would do his thing. I think people forget, man, some of the wins that Mike Perry has on his resume. The bettors didn't. The odds makers didn't. He was a massive favorite going into the fight. Right. But the general public was almost acting like Mickey Gall was supposed to run through this dude. And Mike Perry just showed him that, hey, listen, you guys can get excited about these young prospects, but he's nothing to play with.
So he wins the fight. Not only does he win the fight, his post-fight interview was just incredible. It was reminiscent of Nick Diaz. I don't know if you remember when he.
But it was true though. He's saying everything that's true.
Yes, about Texas.
It's everything that's true. You know, all this is absolutely true.
No, I know.
Absolutely true. It's just
crazy.
So Mike Perry, because his delivery isn't polished, right? Like him and Nick is over there just talking, and Nick Diaz will talk, and like he'll say 1,000 words, and really he only needed maybe 20.
Right.
But Mike Perry's the same guy. You know, he'll talk, but inside of all those words, they're saying things that really are true, and they're making great points. But yeah, man, he doesn't like his tax situation. But now he's going to go find a team, and he's going to go find some coaches. So maybe this was a savings situation, right? His girlfriend's name is Latore.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to pay Latore, right? He'd have to pay some coaches. He doesn't have to pay Latore. So it's like she cornered him. It seems as though they're building their life together. So, they're in this thing together.
Would you suggest that he doesn't go find a team? I mean, it worked out really well.
No.
Why?
No, don't do this again because the fights are only going to get tougher. Imagine Latore out there when he was fighting Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Right.
Like, imagine that, right? Like, just a guy fighting with no actual guidance. I know Mike feels like he said something to the effect of the coaches want to feel like they said something that help you win the fight. But what about when it's going bad and you need your coaches to kind of give you some direction in how you're supposed to change the way it's going, or just, make adjustments. He wouldn't get that from his girlfriend.
Okay, so then let me bring up this. Is it hypocritical on Nevada's part, a week after they tell me they're going to investigate Robert Drysdale for his handling of the Max Roscoff situation, and we talked about that a lot last week? Is it hypocritical to now allow someone who has no experience as a coach corner, no MMA experience, be the lone corner person for a fight? Like, how could you be against how Robert, or at least look into how Robert handled that situation, and just license any person? Shouldn't there be some sort of, and I'm asking you, you're the expert, you've been there, you've had to choose corner, like, shouldn't there be some kind of, I don't know, vetting process, some sort of process in place where people who actually have experience are put in these 3 slots?
I believe that while it was fun last weekend, it's not something that should be repeated by not
Mm.
only Mike Perry, but just anybody.